fat turkey, collard green, corn licking, Tyler Perry licking bitch. Bitch, go get some collard greens, bitch. Go get some collard greens, bitch. You fat ass turkey, die, bitch. I'm just like a raw piece of chicken. Collard green, cornbread, collard green, corn licking ass bitch.
Go the other way. Billy, go the other way. No.
Bitch, smoke me, nigga. Smoke me, bitch.
Yeah. Hey, y'all know we in downtown.
I don't give a fuck. Smoke me, bitch.
Go.
It's my birthday.
Hey, it's Billa's birthday. It's Big Billa's birthday.
Yeah, it's your fucking birthday. Yeah.
What is going on, Entertainment? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video. And yes, I was in the South Central, and you know, I had to get the girls. Anyways, before I get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. We talking Deja Vu episode 6. Okay, one thing you could count on with Deja Vu, they have a whole lot of good storyline. Now, the episode starts off with, we see it's the day after the wild night at the strip club. Becca and Gucci are talking about like what happened the night before. Gucci saying how he's not impressed by the strippers, and apparently Jay Galore was there clapping them cheeks. And Becca said she almost slapped her and kicked her out the section. Let me tell y'all something. Becca started freaking on Kilo Sway, and you can't tell her Nathaniel. That damn Becca, who's in charge of the girls? Becca's in charge of the girls. She rub on that big stomach, and she calls the shots. She lets us know what's to be done. You hear me? That damn Becca, I said, ooh. Now, I don't believe she kicked her out the section now. I feel like they're starting to they're pushing this narrative as if she's like, this like, I wouldn't say top dawn, but like as if she had like power or something to do that. I don't think that's the case. Jay Galore doesn't seem like the girl that would just sit there and take that. Like, we've seen how Jay Galore get, to be honest. And say what you want about Jay Galore, but that is Instagram. You can tell she's a stripper. Like, her Instagram is her biggest promo. Like, if you want to see how to promo being a stripper, go to Jay Galore Instagram. Because all you see is booty cheeks, ass clapping in the air. Like, just everything just booty on there. Okay, so Mel ends up joining the conversation, and she finds out that Trey and Joyce was screwing in her bed last night. Them being together, it still throws me because I say this every time on every Deja Vu recap. It's like the Twitter trade is out the brain, to be honest. So she's sort of shook that they're getting together, and then we see Trey and Ferragamo having a conversation about how they were effing in the bed or whatever, right? And the way that Trey was talking about was talking about Joyce, you would have thought he was talking about a piece of teriyaki chicken. Ferragamo was just like, was it good? And then he was like, yeah, it was good. Like, it was like real good. Like, I never really tried it before, but it's like, I always was sort of interested. So now that I tried it, like, you know, I always sort of thought I was going to like it. I'm like, y'all talking about her like she a piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, she sauteed on the side. Like, you put some seasonings on it or something like that. Like, you wanted to try it. Because apparently Trey has had an interest in T-girls and has been wanting to try that. I'm not surprised because I've seen, you know, Trey playing the booty on the Twitter. So it's sort of like, you know, it makes sense. Now, Joyce doesn't have her piece, from what I know. Maybe she does. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it just doesn't surprise me that, you know, he is into the girls or whatever, which there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just crazy because you could tell like the other cast members are like, how? Like, they don't know how that could go. Like, how a gay nigga could be attracted to T-girls. Like, that combobulates their mind. They don't know what to do about that. So, next thing you know, Trey says he feels away because he heard that Sheik was popping it about him because of him kind of getting with Joyce, and how Cashy is feeling away about Joyce too. Let me tell you something. Joyce, you need to escape that abuser by the name of Cashy. You hear me? You need to escape that abuser by the name of Cashy, and you need to get with that damn Trey Coolin. He's cool. They don't call him Trey Coolin for nothing. That's going to be the yin to your yang. So that is the better option. Now, the only problem is Joyce got a mouth on her. So a lot of niggas gonna wanna fight her. Trey not gonna be able to handle all that. You feel me? Like he just gonna be getting Joyce gonna have to hop in the fights. Cashy, at least with Cashy, he gonna be the one to really, defend Joyce's honor and might win a squabble or two. Trey, he gonna end up getting beat up. Joyce gonna have to jump in. It may not work when it comes to the defense of Joyce and her mouth. Okay. So I guess he felt like Sheik felt a way about them like getting together and stuff. And then we see Sheik and Unk and Naj talk, and we get on the topic of Joyce. So apparently, y'all, Joyce has been a little bit pushy and a little bit touchy-feely with Unk. Okay. So I guess she was just like, oh, Unk, like, you sure you don't want to be my uncle? Like, I could call you Big Unk. Yeah, but you sure you don't want this? Oh. I could be your shorty. You don't want that? I don't know. Like, I could be your daughter. Like, I guess she's been sort of on that type of tip with Unk, and he says he feels a little bit uncomfortable because he respects the girls and the gays, but he's not a part of the community. Okay? He made a comment that I found very strange. He said, Joyce, if I get too drunk, don't think nothing could happen. That was a little strange to me. Like, why does your mind go there? Like, it's giving like past experience or something. Like, I'm not trying to start no rumors about the man. I'm not doing that. But I'm just saying that was an odd comment to make. Because I know they got drunk the night before, okay? But it's sort of like, okay, I don't know. Maybe she was pushing on him when he was drunk and thought that he would fall for it and slip the peen out. But all the girls want Unk at this point. You got Almond, you got you got Joyce Touch My Buddy. My whole thing is what Naj said is 100% right. Joyce needs to stop doing that though, because one day it may not end up in the right result for her because one, you're a T-girl, and two, you're being a little bit extra pushy with niggas who not on that type of timing. So if one of them end up snapping, you can't even really get mad because you being disrespectful and you not respecting people's space. So what Naj said was 100% right. Like, Joyce does not learn. She hasn't come to that maturity level of being a trans and being respectful of other people's likenesses, meaning that they may not be attracted to her, because I feel like in her mind, she still has that gay boy fantasy of all of these niggas want me. And that's just not the case. Okay? And Naj also says that all of the straight dudes that come on Not As TV usually are, having a hard time being on Not As TV because there's always allegations made about them. Like, she's right, don't get me wrong, but half of them niggas that be having allegations about them, they actually turn out to be gay. Maul, Mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, the list goes on and on. So it's like, this is some of the security guards. You feel me? Like, come on. Sometimes it ends up being true. In Unk's case, I don't think that's the case, though. I will say that. I don't see that from him. It's not like he came on the show with those allegations already against him. Maul, he came on the show and people started talking already because, they said in Philly, he be laying the Philly cheesesteak down. He even screwed one of my entertainers. That's how Numal's tea, y'all. A lot of y'all didn't know this. Maul had slept with one of my entertainers, and he had put me up on game on everything. So I knew about this before all of this started to come about, and he started to really talk about certain stuff like that. I knew that, but I didn't really say nothing because I didn't care that much. But yeah, the world is small, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. The world is very, very small. So next thing you know, we see that freaking Sheik is feeling away because he feels like Joyce is playing like everyone, and he said that he never really liked her like that. All he did was just buy her food, and he basically said, "You buy a bitch of food one time, and they think y'all together." I said, "Ooh," and I said, "Oh." Almond ends up, mind you, Joyce gonna feel a way about this at the reunion. Like, she's gonna probably try to read Sheik or try to fight Sheik at the reunion because Sheik has been saying little slick stuff in the confessionals about her. She even called him out. I remember seeing it on Instagram. Almond has a convo with Mel, And I agree with what half of what he said, because he alluded to the fact of Naj basically had loyalty to Ivory because Ivory was like a crash out and was crazy, and she didn't want Ivory to turn against her. I agree with that. But my whole thing is, Naj, how do you feel about that conversation? Because what I got from that, Almond was low-key calling you scary. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, she was calling you scary a little bit in a roundabout kind of way. He just put in a pretty package. But he kind of was calling you scary, like basically like she was cool with Ivory for protection, and so that way she don't park car. And I'm like, oh. Now Melody didn't like that. She basically was just like, oh, so like that's cool or whatever, but that's not my cup of tea or whatever, right? My whole thing is with Amino, not everybody gotta be friends. Mel and Naj don't gotta be cool or be friends. Some people are just not meant for each other. Like, they have very different personality types, and I just don't see them ever being friends or maybe even like cool like that. And it's okay. Okay. So y'all know in Not As TV, it's always got to be a twist. Not As TV has more twists than Big Brother. So now it's time for eliminations. In my Simbri voice, elimination. Okay. Now it's time for eliminations. So because of this, they decided to eliminate or wanting to eliminate 2 people. So some of the names that's really coming up is Michelle and Trey. So Naj, Nola, and Gucci basically start to go around the house to poll the house to see who should go home and name the name that and name who they think should go home. Trey and Michelle keep coming up, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I'll be forgetting Michelle is there. I don't know what's up with Michelle, but it's from what we see in this episode, now it makes sense because she basically was saying she didn't want to be there and she didn't feel in the mood to really be there, and she could care less of being there. And it's like, I forgot she was there. Like, literally. Had they not brought her up this episode, I really would have forgot she was there. So it's like she lost her spark. And the reason why is because she's missing her light-skinned duo, Quality Cologne. Okay, her light-skinned duo in crime. Without Mr. Cologne, that little spark is like unlit. Had Cologne been there, trust and believe, Michelle would be on 10. She would be on 20. So then Naj basically starts to talk to Trey, basically feels like Trey is not made for TV and he should go home. I agree with this. I've always kind of said that, Trey isn't a TV personality or really good for like entertainment value. He's good for another entertainment type of value or another entertainment type of value. But besides that, it's sort of like, if we want to watch, ain't the best. Sorry, y'all, for the lighting, y'all. Like I said, I'm not home. I'm literally about to be home in like some hours. So that's why I look orange as hell right now. But anyways, that's what I think. So Naj not lying. But my whole thing is with Naj, are you a secret producer? Because who made you in charge of the girls? Who made you in charge of the girls? Because you can't tell Naj Nathaniel. Like, Naj is determining who comes, who goes, who stays, who's in between. Like, wow, Naj. Wow, Naj. Like, literally, like, Naj is really the one who's like moving along the show. So Sheik and Trey end up getting into it because all of them start having, all the cast sort of starts like gathering around in the middle of the living room by the couch, and Sheik calls Trey goofy and calls Joyce goofy, and they almost end up fighting. The problem is with this whole fight and this whole triangle, it ain't even really a triangle. It's like a line because Trey wants to fight for Joyce while Sheik wants to fight for his respect. Ain't the same thing. Trey really wants to fight for Joyce's love, and Sheik just want to fight because you talking shit about him and he ain't no pussy. Like, it's just like, it's not the same. And it's not hitting like they think it is because it's really not the same. So they go to the same strip club for the promo shoot, and Duke is back. Listen, the only reason I want Duke back is if he comes back with an accent. But without the accent, I'm good. You feel me? Like, you gotta be British Duke. British Duke is the best type of Duke. That's Dukine. Y'all ain't know that? There's Duke and there's Dukine. Dukine is the one from Britain and the one from London town. Duquesne has a certain level of class. He don't really mess around, okay? Duquesne was also featured in the Not TV Thanksgiving holiday. Didn't I tell y'all? This is Duquesne, y'all.
Thanksgiving can be difficult for any family, and it's no different here. And now that's TV. But it's always good to come together, anyways, and be thankful for each other.
See, one thing about that Becca, listen, Ferrari said put that pussy down, and that damn Becca took the advice. Put that pussy down, better turn into a clown, better turn that around. I'll put that pussy down, then I'll be getting booked around town. I'll put that pussy down, then I get booked around.
That includes you. So as a thank you from our family to yours, enjoy our holiday promo code for 50% off Now That's TV Plus. Now, who wants some turkey?
Yes, Duquesne. You gotta live for Duquesne, okay? Shout out to Big Duquesne. All right, he wants some turkey. Anyways, so they go to the strip club for the promo shoot, and we get to see Duke come back, and then the cast do the promo. Half of the cast looked a mess. Like Joyce looked ashy as all ever. It was giving white chicks. She looked dry on myself, as they say. Like, it was really bad. It was really bad. I don't know if they told him ahead of time, like, hey, I'm finna do a promo shoot. This is gonna be for the intro. Like, make sure you look your best in your 10s. It's like they told him, wake up, we finna go somewhere. Okay? They do the promo shoot. Mac notices that Duke is there, and he's not too happy about that. And they get back on the Sprinter van to go home. And then once they open the Sprinter van, guess what we see? Jay Galore. Okay? Jay Galore is like, hi, I'm here. I'm my pussy. So she's just sitting there. Mind y'all, Jay Galore is like the Not TV Wet Wet. Okay? That's the Not TV's version of Wet Wet. Literally, we're gonna call that bitch slippery, slippery. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the Not TV version of Wet Wet. Slippery, slippery. So she's sitting in the van and she's just like, hi, LaRue, what's up? Like, what's really good? Yeah. Well, guess what? I'm back. Because LaRue is basically like, oh, I like how you did Bunny Buns. Okay, y'all know it's always justice for Bunny Buns. Okay, so she didn't like how she did her girl Bunny Buns. We, the entertainers, are team Bunny Buns. No shade, Jay Galore. We've been rooting for Bunny Buns for a couple of years now before you even came along. Okay, for the OG Not TV watchers. Anyways, so they're sort of going back and forth, throwing little shots at each other. And some of the cast, of course, isn't happy to see her. Becca isn't happy to see her either. And I know Gucci's probably somewhere pissing his. Let me stop. I was gonna say something so bad. Anyways, so Jay Galore starts getting up, shaking her booty all up in Duke's face, just shaking her Big Debbie cakes. And then Trey and she get their round off. So they bring them to like this field, and it's like by these woods. So they told them to get off of the van, off of the Sprinter van. So after they get off the Sprinter van, they start to get the tussling, right? That damn Trey Coolin end up on the floor. Trey Coolin, you can't be blaming you losing that fight to them dreads. Them dreads, you can't blame them dreads all that time. Like, you can't keep blaming your dreads. You just can't keep blaming them dreads. By the way, y'all, Joyce is comedy gold. She said, babe, I always rooted for you, babe. Like, I love you, Chic. Like, I always believed in you, nigga. Like, I love you. You wanna eat my pussy? Like, she was like sort of like rooting him on. Meanwhile, Trey over here trying to pick up the rest of his dress from the floor. He's in a shambles, and he's like, "Really, Joyce? Really? Shut up! It's fuck you. It's always fuck you." He gets on the van. He's telling her to shut up, and Joyce is just like, "I don't know. Like, I'm between a rock and a hard place. I'm gonna have to pick between the two. Like, oh my god, like, what's up?" Listen, say what you want about Joyce, but that had me cracking the up. Like, one thing that Joyce is really good at, she's good at making like a storyline of something that may not even exist. She even at one point said at the club, Duke pulled her to the side and it was just like, darling, I want to make up with you, and I think you look gorgeous, Joyce, and I think I want another chance, Joyce. Like, you think we could be cool? That's what, according to Joyce, that's what he said. That basically he was trying to like be cool and maybe try their relationship again. Like, bitch. Duke, I know, was watching that part and was gagging because Joyce will never stop the storyline in her head that her and Duke had a relationship and they had a theme. You know how that Miguel song goes, baby like a dog. Okay, short thing. That's in her mind what Joyce thinks about her and Duke, and it's so delusional to me. It is hilarious. Oh man! Now we see them get back on the Sprinter van, so they head to the Making the Cast auditions. Right? They go to the Making the Cast auditions. Coco Chanel was there. Now after auditions, I'm guessing Mac was feeling Duke's eyes in the back of his head, so he decided to confront him. My problem with Mac, though, he constantly makes Duke like a source of a storyline for him. And I don't care what nobody say. That first interaction that they had on that second season of Deja Vu, when Duke said, "And knowing what we know now, ha." So he starts to walk. He walks over to Duke. So he's just like, "Oh my granny, nigga, do you want to fight, Duke? What's up?" Duke with no accent. He's just like, "Why do you have your shirt off? Why do you have your shirt off?" Child, y'all know Duke not comfortable with any nigga having their shirt off unless they're gonna be jacking their dicks together. Okay, so he didn't know what to do. He's like, we're not on set. Why do you have your shirt off? Okay, we do that for pleasure, you, not for not STV, yeah. So, Duke was just like, he was confuddled because he like, why you got your shirt off? Is we for the squabble or do something else? Like, let me know the tea. So they started going back and forth at each other, and they ended up not fighting for the time being because for them cooling it down. But speaking of Mac, I saw Mac on the blogs again, getting some pussy, allegedly. Like, Mac, at this point, you get all the pussy. I thought that Maul was the one that was breaking the girls down and getting all the D, getting all the, like, but you giving Maul some stiff competition. You just busting out them boys. Oh my gosh. Like, not gonna lie, you really do. You really do. Allegedly. So we get to the auditions. And Coco Chanel, you know what was crazy to me? Now that TV so disrespectful, y'all was talking and making Coco Chanel talk, and we couldn't even see her. All you heard was her voice in the far distance, talking about, man, you know who the fuck I am? It's Big Coco Chanel. Yeah, Big Coco Chanel. That's all you heard was her voice. We didn't see no camera, no nothing on Coco. I'm like, damn, Coco. They couldn't even give you the respect to give you a good old appearance. Like, god damn, that is TV. Like, Jesus. Okay. So the auditions come, and y'all know they stirring up drama per usual. This one girl being there, they tried to get her to just get into it with Coco. And the girl's like, nah, y'all starting drama. I already know how y'all do. I'm not on that type of timing. So Cookie felt away about that, talking about, why you talking about we being messy? She ends up throwing like a glass of water at her because ironically, this is around the time now that TV decided just to give them cups of water. Of course, so they could throw that at each other. She ends up throwing it at the girl. The girl and her start to get the fighting. From what we saw, whoever is that camera person on that ST on Deja Vu this season, you need to be let go, because I'm sorry. First we got Naj in the damn mail, and now this. We didn't really even see it. So I hate how, not hate, but like, I don't get how some of the cast, well, it's not I don't get, but I didn't see it for myself, so I can't say nothing. We didn't really see what happened in the fight, really, because the camera angle wasn't that good, and then all we see was them go to the floor. So it's like, but all the cast members kept saying Cookie lost. But when she got up, she looked fine. The bob was still intact. You know what I'm saying? The bob was still there. And the girl with the blonde hair, the wig was off. Pulling hair don't mean you lost the fight, but I'm just saying, like, the other girl looked more she looked more tangled and fucked up than Cookie did. Okay, that damn girl that blonde hair and the same wig that Summer had. It's the shade. They had the same wig. Okay. And the episode sort of ends there. Let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. Do y'all think Joyce should go with Cassie or Trey? Because y'all know Sheik right now is out the picture. And what do you guys think of that whole love triangle or octagon, whatever, with Sheik? Okay, let me know what y'all think down below. And we're all babies.
No personal thing.